I think we are live. All is well, I think. Mostly. No complaints, really. I am home alone doing the kid duties. My wife is on vacation, much needed vacation. So far, the kids have been mostly good. I'm doing fine, just pacing myself throughout the day. I know they're going to ask for food soon, but that will come. But other than that, had a good meal yesterday. Did not have any protein whatsoever Friday, but Saturday I really helped it out. I had a New York strip choice. I went ahead and sous vide it for a couple of hours, took it out, got it on the grill, and it was fun. Probably slightly over medium than I wanted, but it was still tasty. Very good. Kids enjoyed it too. Gave them a little bit. And that was that. I did make which day was it? I think it was on Tuesday. What happened Tuesday? I think that's when I made something. Can't remember what I made, but I want to talk about. Oh, banana chocolate chip banana bread pudding, gluten-free. I added some more. What did I add to it? Because I usually make my own gluten-free flour because my son, he's allergic to mostly a lot of stuff. So it was just kind of just helping him out and us just having more or so like a clean, free house for him within reason. So yeah, so I did that. I haven't made gluten-free banana bread in a while. What is that sound? Let me see this real quick. Okay. It's my external drive. I think it's probably charging or doing something, but I'll let it do its thing. It'll let me know if it's bad or whatnot. Yeah, so the reason why I bring up the whole baking thing, it does help me with my it does help me out with my coffee roasting. I understand things a lot better. I understand that outer coffee bean. I guess what I'm saying is that everything is relatable, everything makes sense, and as I go out of my comfort zone or just living day to day and trying different things, it's all relatable. It's things that I can take with me no matter what I do. And that's in pretty much anything. And I know everybody has that situation where they can take a lot of skills and things that they do know, have a passion for, just do on a day to day that they can take to other things and to apply it and to help them out even further. So that's what this particular experience gave me: baking the bread, waiting a little bit longer, making sure the crust is formed, and making sure that it wasn't overbaked. It was just right. And I'm really understanding crust a lot more and how that extra layer of Maillard reaction does help with flavor, you know. Sometimes it's overdone, I believe, the Maillard reaction. Like right now, I do actually have a sous vide going for a eye round roast. I brined it for a couple days, and then I already did this already, but I'm doing it again. This one's for 30 hours at 130 degrees Fahrenheit. And I was close to putting a sear on it, but I was like, no, I don't think I'll get that extra added flavor to it. I think the best approach for that in particular was to finish it, take it out, and essentially letting it sit for that day or for that time period. And it came out really well. And I think what I may do is after it's done and all that good stuff is that I just take it out tomorrow and get it ready to eat. and see what I'm going to eat with it. I may do spaghetti. We'll see. But we'll see how soft it is at 30 hours versus 27. But it was extremely super soft and tasty and all that good stuff. Probably over salty. But yeah. So today, what did I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about distribution. So I should write that down. But more than likely, distribution will come later on in the weeks to come. But today, I wanted to talk about the coffee roasters don't know shit, me included. As I drink this coffee, it tasted fine to me, as I'll explain it earlier to myself. What I did before, coming on speaking was I went ahead and took a reading. I took a extraction reading. I already know what the inner and outer bean roast degrees are, so I roasted it pretty well. I did it on my smaller roaster, and so that's what I did, and I was tasting different things, and it came together a lot better, and I'm really proud the way I did roast it, but also talking about it more so in the brew, and how that can be enhanced more so for you, the client, you enjoying your coffee. So yeah, so the reason why I say that is because what I thought was just right and perfect, which I think it really is still. From the reading of the brew and from the calculation that I got from the app, it let me know that my levels of that coffee was a lot less than what I anticipated or thought of. It was essentially telling me that the coffee is significantly over extracted with the recipe that I used. Again, this is more so to me an everyday beans true medium. You know, the other coffee that I did roast, the Sumatran, it's more so like a darker roast to me, like a medium dark roast. You know, brewery's still tasty, but yeah. So what is also telling me is that I do need to just essentially roast, or not roast, but grind a little bit finer in the cup from this brew to make sure it does get to where I think it should be. But for the most part, I'm not really too worried about that because I roasted this coffee yesterday. I grinded it last night, and when it hit, I wanted to taste it just to see where I'm at. So more than likely, what I will do is I will, of course, still grind finer for this particular coffee and to extract more. And then that's the only variable I'm going to be changing. My recipe when I brew is about 2 to 3 pours, about 3 pours. And I don't touch it or anything like that. I don't do any of that. I just pour, wait, and that's it. But yeah, roasters ain't shit, We tend to depend on certain things. We depend on our palate, of course, which is good. We depend on gear, instruments to help us get better and to present a good product to the end user. And we I feel that we really don't practice the everyday stuff as much as we should. And this is coming from somebody who said in the beginning likes to do a lot of different things and tries to promote, use, take back to my coffee roasting and brewing and what I give to other people. Like a lot of times when people talk about toasted walnuts and all that stuff, I wonder if they really have toasted walnuts and tried that application together with the coffee. I'm not saying that those flavors don't exist, but a lot of times they don't. It's just something to make it more appealing than what it is to a coffee drinker. And I understand that, marketing is huge, and it tells a lot from what the customer will probably get, but that's mainly not really true, because a lot of times we go about trying to tell people this is what you should be tasting, or this is how you should brew this coffee to make it the best coffee that you've had or will have in this particular moment in time. But that's really not the case, and that's something that I have to realize that that's something that people will have to get from themselves. And it's best to also not be that person to tell them how they are being and or tasting, because a lot of times we do have our own faults and things that we go through too. We're human beings, but a lot of times we feel that since we are professionals, we have to act and be and present ourselves in a certain way that shows our super how do you say that word, superiority over somebody, so they can trust you. And again, that makes sense. That, I mean, you want somebody who you're buying something from to give you their educated experience and truths, but do realize that that's more so like a layered type of situation, meaning that I'm not saying don't trust or believe them, but truthfully, you're an expert too. You drink the damn thing every day too. So even though I roasted it and I give you a brewing guide of like, this is what you will taste and all that shit, you know what you like, and you know why that you picked up this coffee in particular and what it does for you. So don't discredit yourself. I guess that's what I'm saying. Don't discredit yourself in this whole situation, because that's going to say a lot about what you truly believe in and what you want out of a coffee. And I think that's what I will try to start to do more of, is really just ask the person, like, what do you like to taste? What gravitated to something that you have gravitated to? I think that's more important, at least for me, so I can give you more so what you want, and also to an extent get to a place to where you will feel safe and secure about me giving you something that's more so on your level, but also giving you something that may push your comfort zone just a little bit. I won't push you in the deep end, just a little bit, just to give you an opportunity to taste coffee, differently, if that makes sense. So yeah, so that's what is going on. That's what I'm thinking about. And yeah, we're not shit. And this is part one of many that I will probably bring up a lot during the times when I do have something worth talking about, or something that either rubs me the wrong way or something that I learned along the way, in order to just keep things moving. So yeah, today's a short one, short and sweet. Hope that it's helpful. And I do wish you a good week. And do I need to have a saying? I don't know. Is that my saying? Have a good day. That's what I got, at least for now.